Okay, here's part two. Yes, people had their Eucharists celebrated in varying cemeteries. They might be fully the catacombs or whatever it would happen to be. After everybody was able to worship publicly without any kind of fear, after the reign of the Emperor Constantine, who legalized Christianity, and later on the Emperor Theodosius, who more or less made it the state religion of the Roman Empire, then it was safe to build larger churches, have the entire bodies of martyrs moved in, or of other saints, and masses would be celebrated much more in public. The days that were important for these saints were the days they died, whether it was as a martyr's death or whatever it happened to be. These were the days that became part of our liturgical calendar. So, for example, we all know that Sunday is the anchor, the absolute anchor of the entire liturgical calendar. It's the day on which Jesus rose. And so Easter Sunday is the greatest of the Sundays, but we celebrate every single Sunday. But we celebrate also the days of the martyrs who get born to eternal life on those given days. Usually what happens is that the day is either the day of their death, or it's going to be a day as near as possible to that day of death, because maybe some other great feast has kind of precluded that date from being used. That extends itself also to what we would call the confessors, just the holy people, not necessarily the martyrs, but all holy people. So as an example, the feast of the 4th of October is the feast of St. Francis of Assisi. Okay, now he actually died on the evening of the 3rd of October. Why do we celebrate him on the 4th? Because the evening is regarded as the vigil, the beginning of the next day. Think about, for example, how for the Jewish people, Sabbath begins on Friday night after sunset. Think about our own practice of vigil masses now, that should really be taking place in the evening. We kind of cut the slack with about 5 o'clock mass perhaps, but it's for Sunday. So the same idea liturgically is that Francis died the evening of the 3rd, which became liturgically the 4th. And so we celebrate his day on that day. In that regard, we recently just celebrated the feast of St. Clare. That was on the 11th of August. That's the day she died. So our liturgical calendar is built first and foremost on Sundays, but then we, so to speak, fill in the blanks, first with the martyrs, and then with other holy people that have inspired us and that are formally canonized by the church. So that's a little bit of a tidbit for our liturgical year, and we thank God for all the saints and the martyrs and the virgins and the confessors and all of the rest of them, the great doctors of the church who inspire us, who lead us. Thank you very much.